Alright, people, so I'm here with a review on American Sniper. And let me tell you something about this movie. I didn't think it was very good. You know, people are like, oh, it's so sad, it's such a great movie. I'm looking on, like, Twitter comments and shit, and it's like, people are going crazy for this movie, saying it's, like, the best movie ever and shit. And quite frankly, I don't even see it. And I'm not saying that because I dislike Chris Kyle, or I oppose the Iraq War, you know, or I think that military people don't fight for our freedoms. Just even a movie, just in general, the movie wasn't even that good. It was basically this. I don't know, maybe I'm influenced by the fact that Chris Kyle's a liar, or that military people don't fight for our freedoms. I don't know. But this is basically what I got out of it. And when I was watching it, the volume was kind of down. I heard most of it and shit, and I got the basic grasp of the movie. You know, but I couldn't really hear clearly all the things that were being said in it. But I did understand the movie and everything. So basically they show him training and shit. You know, then he meets Taya Kyle, his wife. You know, and then he goes on tour. And I do not believe that, you know, Taya Kyle was calling Chris Kyle, and then they had a phone call, and then supposedly, you know, right during the middle of the battle, Chris Kyle, you know, had to go fight or whatever. I heard that didn't happen. That was all manufactured. And I heard people saying, oh, this movie implied that 9/11 had something to do with Iraq. It kind of did, but I didn't feel like it directly implied it. You know, that wasn't one of my main, you know, things that I was upset with. But anyway, you know, it kind of shows him growing up with his family, and then it shows him all. You know, I didn't really find it that entertaining, all the shit that they showed with him doing in Iraq. It was basically the same shit over and over again. You know, Chris Kyle kills somebody. Chris Kyle snipes somebody and kills them. I mean, it wasn't that much. I mean, that's basically an hour of the movie right there. Is Chris Kyle just running around shooting people, which I didn't find entertaining that much. And then Chris Kyle with Taya Kyle at home, you know, just not doing that much. I mean, you know, basically the points I remember is, you know, them having sex. You know, he played with his child, and, you know, then he came home, he has post-traumatic stress, you know, he's helping out people. And at the end, it shows that he died. It just says it on the screen, Chris Kyle was killed. And then that's the end of the movie. Then they basically show a few clips of the, you know, people paying tribute to him, paying tribute to a liar, by the way. And they didn't know he was a liar then, I guess, but, I mean, seriously, he is a liar. You know what they should have put in there? Chris Kyle lied about punching out Jesse Ventura. You see, this is kind of a biography right here. That's kind of slanted. You know, it would be like making a biography about a criminal, but not putting any of the negative things this criminal has done in his life and just put the positive things. You know, Chris Kyle has fought for our country, I guess you could say. He's fought for more like the global elite military-industrial complex. I'm sure 90% of the people who watch that movie don't even know what the fuck that is. You know, if you go up to the random person on the street or a random person inside that movie theater that watched this American Sniper movie and ask them, hey, do you know what the military-industrial complex is? No, but I know what Kim Kardashian's wearing, or I know what the score of the New England Patriots game, you know. You know, they don't even know. They don't even know. So then when you come out and say that, yeah, you know, wars are fought for corrupt corporations, corrupt politicians, we are actually the ones who are funding the terrorists, they get all up in arms and say, oh, you're unpatriotic, you know, and they gotta wake. They don't know. We're way more informed than they are. And they don't know what the fuck they're talking. They're brainwashed by the mainstream corporate media that's government run for the most part. And it's just sick. You know, it's just sick to see, you know, Jesse Ventura demonized this much when he was the one who told the truth. He told the truth. And it's a shame, though, that we live in a country that really glorifies liars. I mean, yeah, we all lie, you know, and, you know, somebody fucking, you know, stole a cookie from the cookie jar, you know, and then we say it's, oh, it wasn't us, you know. Yeah, we all do little lies or whatever, you know, just little fucking lies like that. But when you say big lies about somebody like that, about a major public figure like that, that's a big lie. That's a huge fucking lie. I mean, there's one thing by making a little lie and everything and whatever, and that's still wrong. Lying is wrong in most scenarios, you know, but there's a big fucking difference between a little lie and a huge lie. Chris Kyle, what he did was a huge lie. All right, Brian Williams, what he did was a huge lie. And again, he lied. It's a public figure. That's what makes a huge difference too. He lied about a public figure. So, you know, and nobody will talk about that, of course. You know, nobody will touch that. You know, even when I bring up the fact about Chris Kyle being a liar, people are like, oh, he's not a liar. You know, oh, shut the fuck up, you un-American piece of shit, or some shit like that. I'm just pointing out the facts here, people. And Jesse Ventura did say it good. He said, if you're a liar, you cannot be a hero. And I agree with that. You know, if you lie about people, I don't see I don't see how you can be a hero. If you lie about people like that, I do not see how in the fuck you could be a hero. But apparently, you know, these brainwashed people who probably watch Fox News and CNN all day think that Chris Kyle's a hero and that he fought for our freedoms. So anyway, you know, kind of getting back to the movie. Again, it was just a bunch of killing for the most part. I didn't see it, you know, as that good. I didn't see it as entertaining or, you know, really. I mean, most movies I sit through, I actually like to watch. I'm actually engaged in them. This one I wasn't. Again, it was just basically some fighting, you know, Taya Kyle and Chris Kyle at their house with their kids, and nothing really that good. Seriously, it was not that good. I mean, I don't get where people are saying this is like the greatest movie ever. I don't know. And then you get people, you know, you get Jesse Ventura saying the Nazis had heroes too. And that's what he's trying to say there. The Nazis, and then people are like, oh, Jesse Ventura is comparing Chris Kyle to the Nazis. No, he's not. He's saying the Nazis had people that they looked up to as heroes, but were they actually heroes? Was Adolf Hitler a hero? No! And why did they think Adolf Hitler was a hero? Because they were being fed propaganda. Same thing here. Many people think Chris Kyle's a hero. Why? Because they're being fed propaganda. They're being fed one part of the story. They're not being fed the part that Chris Kyle's a liar. I'm sure most people don't even know about this court case. Probably half the people at least don't even know about the court case. Or at least the full details of the court case. And they're being brainwashed into thinking Chris Kyle's a hero when he's a liar. An American liar. Hashtag American liar. That's what I've been tweeting a lot to Twitter. So, you know, there you go, people. Not a good movie at all, really. You know, probably the CIA was probably involved in making, you know, if you had to bet, you know, the CIA had to be, or the U.S. government had to be, you know, fucking involved in the making of the movie in at least some aspect. You can even go online and search the CIA Entertainment Liaison, where they admit that they are involved in Hollywood shit, and Hollywood production, in Hollywood movies. And again, this is kind of, it seemed like kind of a war, you know, a military recruitment film maybe, or a film to get us ready for another war in Iraq or with ISIS. You know, it's fucking sick. You know, just all the propaganda that's pushing, you know, getting ready for another war. You know, about 6 months ago, maybe 6 or 8 months ago, you know, I remember McCain came out with you know, he's like, yo, we got to drop bombs on in Iraq. And I was like, well, really? You know, are you crazy? I think most Americans were very much opposed to bombing Iraq. Now, if you look at it 8 months later, through all the propaganda, through all the beheadings, through all the, you know, movies like this and shit, the Americans are now for dropping bombs in Iraq. So there you go, people. There's your fucking propaganda machine. The mainstream corporate horror media at work, brainwashing people into, you know, all this bullshit pro-war propaganda. And there is times maybe where you got to go to war, but we fund the terrorists that we fight against. And if you want proof of that, I've gone over the proof of that so many times on my videos. I'm not even going to go over that. But if you really want proof of it, message me in the comments, and I will link to you all the articles saying U.S. funds ISIS. You know, I will link to you retired Colonel Lieutenant Anthony Schaefer saying that over 65% of the Syrian rebels who we fund are actually ISIS. You know, oh yeah, no, let's not pay attention to that mainstream media. You know, that's just push that story right out. You know, that doesn't matter. You know, just a well-respected military official retired saying that over 65% of Syrian rebels are actually ISIS. Yeah, let's not even pay attention to that. That doesn't matter. You know, oh whoops. You know, it doesn't. Just fucking. Oh, we didn't even see that. You know, that's your mainstream media. They're just giving you one side of the story, not two like I do here. You see, I talk about all the things that happen, you know, whether they back up my points or not. And I will address the things, and I will argue, you know, from both, you know, I'll give you the full story. I don't, you know, leave one thing out over the other for the most part. So there you go, people. American Sniper. It's a bad fucking movie. Just a war propaganda piece to get us ready for another war with ISIS. And even the movie content wasn't even that good. It was not that good. It was a pretty bullshit movie, I thought, for the most part. Just, you know, I suspected this, you know, I thought that it would be like this. I mean, nothing really out of the ordinary from what I expected. But there you go, people. There's my thoughts on American Sniper.